In this Fextralife video, we're going to be taking a look at Undecember, which is an upcoming ARPG that serves as a prequel to Undecember, released back in 2022 by Korean developer Needs Games. Much like its predecessor, the game is promising a dark and deep action RPG, and whether you've played Undecember and are looking forward to the next title, or are just on the lookout for a new upcoming RPG, we've got you covered with this preview of Undecember. In Undecember, players will be revisiting the land of Trome, which came into being when Order emerged from the primordial chaos. A total of 13 gods govern Trome, with 12 presiding over creation and order, and a sole god, Valknut, presiding over destruction and chaos. Within this fragile balance, subtle cracks begin to form, and beings who resonate with the will of Valknut gradually emerge across the world. As the influence of chaos slowly spreads through Trome, those who seek to uphold order and confront the hidden truth begin to rise, placing the world at a critical turning point. But the truth is not always as it seems, and players will take control of a Syrian tribe, one who is blessed by the 12 gods, and embark on an epic journey to uncover the truth in the lands of Trome and bring down Valknut, the god of destruction. So now that we've kind of covered the story and setting and general premise of the game, let's talk about gameplay. But before we do that, a big shout out to Needs Games for sponsoring this video. If you guys like what you see in the video and it interests you and it's something you want to learn more about, you can head over to their website and pre-register for the game. It's launching on January 19th. Which is less than a month away, so you can get all set up to play this ahead of time. Again, it is free to play, so there is no risk to you to do so. So moving on to the gameplay, instead of a traditional isometric view, Undecember offers a third-person camera perspective, but it does allow you to zoom out quite a distance for a viewpoint closer to the isometric angle instead of a fixed camera if you prefer that style of play, which is quite nice. You can use the mouse to control the angle of the camera while also being able to fix it to a point and toggle the cursor, allowing you to click on various aspects of the UI. While the camera control is a little different, the gameplay delivers fast-paced combat and a variety of skills available while facing off against hordes of enemies, which you might expect from an ARPG, but it leans more firmly into the action-oriented ARPG experience rather than anything MMO-like. Unlike Undecember, which did not have fixed classes, Undecember introduces a class-based system. In this preview build, there was the Berserker, which is a close-ranged fighter class, Raven, the ranged attacking hunter class, and Morgana, the spellcaster class. And obviously, each of these plays completely differently and has their own playstyle, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more of these post-launch with further updates to the game. And as you might expect, each class has its own set of unique skills that will unlock as you level up, and skills can be enhanced through support runes, which come in different colors, red, green, and blue, corresponding to different attributes. Each skill can equip up to 2 runes that modify the ability in different ways, such as increasing damage or adding lifesteal. And while skills are class-specific, the runes are usable by all classes, allowing for experimentation with different builds. In addition to active skills, each class will also have mastery paths, further defining and customizing the way each character plays. These are passive skill trees divided into 2 categories, specialization and fundamentals. Masteries allow you to further specialize your chosen class, and they sort of act as a form of subclass. For example, the Berserker can specialize in lifesteal, bleeding, or tanking through increased HP and regeneration, which will make each character more unique. Players can also invest mastery points into general passives such as armor or critical hit rate if they prefer. And talking a little bit about equipment, as with any good loot-driven RPG, there are multiple ways to gain new equipment. There is an auto-loot system supported by pets, allowing players to automatically pick up loot, and you'll be able to gain new gear through farming and looting, which will be a significant part of the game, as is expected with most ARPGs. In addition to the rarities of normal, magic, rare, legendary, and treasure, players can loot different tiers of gear that increase as you level up. Players can also trade parts gained from disassembling gear at Lucia, who trades different tier boxes that cost more as the tier increases. All equipment can also be enhanced by the blacksmith, with higher tier gear allowing for further enhancement with the cost increasing each time. This enhancement increases the base stats of your gear, such as damage for weapons or armor and dodge value for armor pieces. Lower tiers have a 100% success rate, but once you reach +3, the success rate begins to increase. There is also a chance to maintain the current level instead of enhancing it. At the highest tiers, there is a chance to decrease enhancement levels or even destroy the gear entirely. This system offers powerful upgrades, but carries the risk of losing your gear permanently. Enhancing gear requires gold and specific materials, such as destruction decisions for weapons or protection decisions for armor, with the cost rising each time. Another system in Undecember is the transfer system, where you can transfer some enhancement levels to another piece of gear of the same type and of the same or higher tier. For example, if you find a chest piece of the same rarity and tier with a better affix for your build, you can transfer enhancements from your current chest piece to recover some of the materials you've invested. You will also come across talismans which grant different attributes such as strength, celerity, or intelligence, as well as buffs like crit rate or spell damage. Talismans can be gained through a daily free box, quests, gacha system, and so on. Talismans can be upgraded through enhancements which require refining books that can be purchased from the shop, crafted at Levadi's pedestal, or obtained by dismantling unwanted talismans. In addition to weapons and armor, you'll be able to equip jewelry such as a necklace, 2 rings, and a belt. Higher tier jewelry can have Aether Core slots similar to gemstone systems and other ARPGs. These allow you to specialize your character by granting additional stats and buffs depending on the Aether Core you slot in. These can also be farmed from enemies in the world or from content such as the Abyss of Chaos or Dimensional Rift Velis. In Dark December, each zone has a town area as well as instanced zones where you face enemies. The town is where you perform enhancements, craft talismans, trade for chests, and speak with NPCs to progress through the story of the game. Players can also play solo or form a guild with other players. Guilds serve as another type of town, offering various timed buffs that can be purchased using guild coins, earned by donating gold and rubies to the guild. Dark December also has an in-game shop where players can buy cosmetics, enhancement materials, pets, talisman vouchers, and enhancement materials using premium currency. Players can obtain some premium currency, rubies, through daily missions without needing to purchase them. There's also a battle pass with free and premium tiers that players can progress through by completing daily and weekly tasks. Dark December's combat focuses on fast-paced action, encouraging hunting and farming for gear and materials to increase your power level similar to other RPGs in the genre. While the combat feels closer to an action RPG, you can also play with tab targeting. Throughout the game, you'll go through several episodes, each consisting of multiple acts, with enemies becoming tougher and more numerous as you progress. Similar to the first game, there is an auto potion system that replenishes your HP and mana automatically whenever they get low while you're engaged in combat. And while the shift in camera perspective may lead you to think otherwise, Dark December still very much plays like an ARPG with quick spell rotations and fast encounters. In addition to the main story, players will go through challenges such as the Abyss of Chaos or the Hall of Oblivion, which acts as the game's dungeons and raids. Party-based cooperative content also unlocks at level 50, allowing players to face more powerful enemies together and earn even more rare rewards. In terms of visual design, Dark December conveys a dark and dreary tone fitting for a world under assault by the forces of chaos. The environments reflect the grim nature of the world, and it's hard not to look at the game and think of it as a dark ARPG. That said, costumes are not limited to the dark tone of the world itself. They're designed around a wide range of concepts, from flashy and stylish looking to more alluring or highly distinctive themes, allowing players to freely choose cosmetics that suit their own personal tastes. So if you don't want to look quite as dark and dreary and you want to look a little bit more fancy, you can absolutely do that while playing the game. Audio-wise, the sound effects are impactful and you can feel the weight and intensity of every strike and spell, which is quite nice, and the background music fills the quiet moments while exploring, but becomes much less noticeable during combat when things heat up. Final thoughts. Dark December is shaping up to be a solid ARPG with fast-paced combat and looks like it'll be a worthy successor to Undecember. The support runes and mastery system offer the potential for a wide variety of builds, letting players tailor their playstyle even within the same class. Dark December will be free to play on PC and will also be available on Android and iOS with full cross progression, meaning you can play at home on your PC while you want, and then if you decide you want to keep playing while you're on the go, whether you're on the train or the bus or whatever, you can keep doing that and then come back and keep playing on PC without ever missing a moment, which is quite nice. Wish more games had this. The actual release date of this game is going to be January 19th, so it's not that far away. So if you're looking for a new ARPG to check out that's free to play, this one should definitely be on your radar. Again, a big shout out to Needs Games for sponsoring this video. If you guys like what you see in the video, it's something that you're interested in, you want to check out in January, you can actually use our link below to pre-register for the game, or you can wishlist it on Steam if you want to have it ready to go.